Buddy, welcome to the Art of Comics. I'm excited today because we're doing something a little bit different, as you know by the title of the video. My name is Andre Salazar. This is the channel we talk about art, comics, illustration. Sometimes we do little adventures and things like that. We talk about film sometimes. And today we're talking about I Am Legend by Richard Matheson. This was published in 1954. A long freaking time ago, like 70 some odd years ago. It was remade into a number of movies. There's I Am Legend, the original black and white with Vincent Price. There was Omega Man, which this is Charlton Heston. Basically, they just got I Am Legend and just made it like a movie. Although that's interesting. Here it's I Am Legend, but there it's Omega Man. That's funny. And then it was most recently remade about a decade or two ago with Will Smith, who can go to hell. But no. I want to talk to you about this. It's not about art. It's not about comics, but it's about storytelling. I just finished it a couple hours ago. It's pretty quick. This is a little mass media, what do they call mass market paperback. 174 pages. Pretty quick read. And I loved this book. Oh my gosh. I don't know any of Richard Matheson's stuff, but I will have to go see if he has other work that is similar to this. I'm going to spoil it right now. So, spoiler, okay? It's amazing. It's great. Go read it. I'm going to talk spoilers now. What I love about this book is that it really double downs on this idea of science. He becomes a scientist, and Neville, basically Robert Neville, he becomes obsessed with trying to figure out the cause of these vampires. I mean, first off, the whole mythology of vampires is, it's a mythology. It is fantasy. In no way, it doesn't make any kind of empirical, logical sense. He breaks that down and tries to figure out why mirrors do it scientifically, the cross, the garlic, sunlight, all these things that are happening, that people are reacting like a true vampire. He's looking at this with a scientific mind. It's based in LA. He's going to trips to the library, the county library. He's trying to figure out, getting books on microbiology, trying to figure out what is it, this bacterium, right? That is, making people act a certain way, turning them into, are they undead? Is it a religious thing? Why do crosses work? Why, these things just doesn't make biological sense. And it's so fascinating. So you have this idea of a guy who is trying to solve the mystery of what the hell happened to the world. I'm the only one left. He's the only human left that is, in theory, immune to this. Saw his wife and child die. Everyone's dead around him. His neighbors are dead. And he's trying to figure this out. So that's one element of it. Then there's the element of the solitude. What does this do to someone psychologically when they are the last person? And we've seen a lot of these things before. Remember, this is in the 50s. So when you look at things like Walking Dead, The Last Man on Earth, The Last of Us, The Road, all these different post-apocalyptic stories, and stories where there's some kind of thing coming after them, like zombies and so forth. This is one of those first stories that go into the idea of solitary, psychological elements. And at the end, we then see that there's this beginning of a new civilization, a new society, and that kind of what that looks like. And that ending, I'll just jump over to the ending real quick. is quite fascinating. So, 90% of the book is him trying to find a cause and dealing with being by himself, right? Through alcohol, through wishing he had a woman, the sexual drives, the alcoholism and substances, the depression, all those kind of the gambit of emotions, the loneliness of companionship, the dog who dies. And then we find Ruth, almost at the very end of the book. And then you're like, what is, the whole thing is changing now. And when he meets Ruth, it's now a question of what's real, what's not real, what is paranoia, what is a legitimate worry. And the way he works that out in his mind is fascinating. I love it. I love the way he's working that out. And he's trying to figure out, like, okay, so what does this mean? Like, how does this work? Where, is this person, I should trust this person? Is this person a spy? What, does she have the disease? It's fascinating. Then, of course, at the very end, when he gets kind of captured, and there's a society, you think of Last of Us, you think of those, like the Fireflies, I think they're called. There's different little like groups. And it's totally patterned after this, those type of elements. And we don't really learn much about it because it happens just at the very end. But we get this idea of new civilization springing out and what that looks like. This book was so good, guys. It really was fun. It really captivated. As a person who studied science at UCSB, it was really cool just to look at someone trying to figure out, like, okay, why the sunlight hurt them, or why do they not go out in the sun? And he's looking for these scientific reasons why that would be the case. I loved it. I thought it was freaking good. The ending, the cliffhanger is not cliffhanger, but the ending is crazy. I was not expecting it at all. And it was just powerful. It's just a freaking powerful book. So there you go. Sorry, it's a little late. That's my review of the I Am Legend. Now, my next mission is I'm going to go watch those movies, those 3 movies I mentioned, because I haven't seen. I did see Omega Man, but it was a long time ago. But I'm excited to go see them. So that's my mission. I'll do a little like shorter video about that. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll see you next time.